And welcome back to BTF and Dubs, Gozzy. What's
Yo,
happening, brother?
Rone, what's cracking, man? How has the first bit of the week been?
Good, good. We had a good backlash, man. We had a really, really good backlash. I
I
thought. I was quite
I
impressed.
was I was surprised at how much I enjoyed it because I was very worried about it. Then we spoke about it, and I was looking forward to a bit more. And yeah, I did actually enjoy it. I was very impressed.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it. Raw was a little bit
Again, Raw
I
was
wouldn't say
not.
I wouldn't say like even like a letdown or anything, it's just not as entertaining, really.
No, it wasn't. It didn't hit it out the park, but it entertained. But it wasn't like, oh my God, I have to sit here and I'm glued to my seat
Yeah.
entertaining.
Yeah, for sure. I feel
So
that.
I get you. I get you. It worked to keep us going until next week or
Yeah. I mean we
whatever.
we say that, but I mean we have it's you could get, we sat through what 3 really terrible weeks of SmackDown, and then we had one good one. Like, oh, we're back, baby. So
Yeah, yeah.
that's what they could have had the worst Raw of all time and still be like, well, next week will be better.
Next week will be better.
Next week will be better.
It'll knock it out the
That'll
park.
knock it out the park for sure. But yeah, Backlash is really good. I actually really, really, really enjoyed it. I don't know. I think yeah, we chatted about this before we hopped on. So what we're gonna do, everybody, is we're gonna tell you about Backlash, but with the Raw matches first, and sort of compare them to what happened on Raw, well, the
Yeah,
fallout on Raw, and then hit the last two matches from Backlash, which was Sami Zayn and Trick, and
yeah.
our boy
And
Danhausen,
how's it?
Danhausen, and
And
his
how's
surprise
it?
and his surprise partner.
Yeah,
So we'll get to that. So yeah, uh, I think we start maybe at the top of the bill for. Well, actually, they open Backlash and then they open Raw. So maybe let's start with Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker.
yeah.
Match of the night for me. I thought that match fucking ruled.
It was. You know what? I think it started off a bit. Hmm. But it did get better and it was great. Like I also thought it was definitely better than the final one.
Yes, for sure.
I did enjoy actually. I thought Io Oscar was a great match as well. I did think it was
I thought it was
a
good.
good. I thought it was a great match. But I would say I'd agree with you. The Breaker Seth Rollins match kind of stole it from again not a weak card, but it was the match that
It
stood
stood
out
out. Yeah, I think
on
so.
that card. I loved the entrance for Seth because I'm thinking again,
From
Mortal
Oscar,
Kombat came out on Friday.
for
It's the
sure.
for me it was Noob Saibot inspired, or just because it was all black, it was that Noob Saibot inspired, and we've seen him do it multiple times where he comes out in attire inspired by films, games, media, whatever.
Yeah.
Like
If it's not Rey Mysterio, it's usually Seth,
yeah, it's one of the two of them will have something that's relative to
for sure.
mainstream media. So I thought it was cracking
No,
attire,
it was
man.
that was awesome. Yeah, obviously, the attire was dope. The crowd was obviously super hot for Seth. They just love the fact that his son's back and they can whoa with him. Um, and then
Ooh.
Braun came out. You know what I noticed? It is jumping ahead a little bit. Everyone who was wearing red actually ended up winning, I think, that night. So obviously, Braun Breaker was wearing red. Io was wearing red, if I recall correctly. And
Yeah.
then I think Jacob was wearing blue because he was wearing
Yeah, he was wearing the Samoan inspired
Samoan
attire.
inspired attire, but Roman had a bit of red on him, so a little
He
bit of
had
red
gold.
on
Yeah,
him,
yeah, I think he had gold and red.
golden red. So yeah, apparently that's the new thing. If you wear red, you're probably gonna win.
Not like the olden
That's what
day
I
when
saw.
it was. Yeah, it's not the olden day where they used to say you could tell when Ric Flair was going to lose because he would wear red.
Yeah, exactly,
Like
exactly.
it's not
Because
one of those. It's like
then it
not the
also like
giveaway.
it's when he inevitably blades himself, it merges into one. If he's not gonna win, he's gonna blade. So good for Ric Flair. Woo on that point.
But
But
yeah, I mean,
yeah, the
it
match was
started
good,
off
man.
hot. It
Yeah,
started off
super
hot.
hot. Yeah, I
Like
like that.
it was full on adrenaline from the get go, which was
I think
it
that's why I
needed to
liked it
be.
so much. Yeah. Like
Yeah, it
no,
needed
don't give me a collar and elbow tie up to begin this blood feud.
this is like a feisty match. You need to go in like full on full throttle, and they did.
And they did. Yeah, I mean
And
it did not stop like at all. It
there was
was
like a period where Breaker got on top like early on where it kind of slowed, but
yeah.
not to a point where it felt like they were trying to do technical break
No,
the time down
no,
wrestling.
it was Braun being a kind of an arrogant up and coming douchey heel.
Yeah,
where it's just sort of rubbing it in Seth's face the whole time.
yeah. It kept going to and fro as well. Like it wasn't you couldn't really see one person being on top and one
Yeah,
person.
no, it was
It
incredibly
was
even
very much
match. Like,
bouncing.
yeah, like Braun had it in a little bit in the beginning just because of his speed and his power and stuff like that, which is a story I guess they were telling.
Yeah.
The new young gun versus like the veteran. But yeah, it was as I was watching that match, I was like, wow, this is like very evenly matched, which is
Mhm.
great. A good story to tell there, I think, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, you can't skip past some of the. I'm not going to say botches, but the sort of slip ups
Yeah, the
that
slips ups.
happened.
Yeah,
And I see the Frankensteiner where, or the Breakensteiner where Seth was supposed to land. He did land on his feet, but I think it was like a
um,
very much. He didn't
well,
get the elevation on the rotation to land,
but
and then
even the first break and starter, Braun didn't get all of it. Like
no, no,
up,
no. He like sort of slipped and pulled, and Seth
yeah,
just
it says
went
just
with it
flip.
because it was just
Sure.
the motion of it.
Yeah, and I see that they obviously we know Seth Rollins and Will Ospreay have a bit of online beef, so
Oh
everyone
yeah,
was making the comparisons between well, Seth trying to
Osprey
do
did
two
this.
Ospreay moves and he can do either. I'm like,
No,
that's not it then. you know,
no, it's
a lot like everyone has a spear. That doesn't mean they're stealing from Edge.
no,
you know?
it's just it's stupid. Honestly, it's like again, like so many nowadays. You get so many super kicks. It used to be a switch in music, which used to be a finisher. Now it's just
Yeah,
all these super kicks left, right, and right. I mean,
exactly. So
super
it's
kick
exactly.
party.
The Young
So,
Bucks made a whole thing about that,
so you know,
So that was good. But I mean,
it's
yeah.
not what
So
it is.
in terms of the match itself, I think again, match of the night for me. We knew the Vision was going to get involved. They did,
You know, we knew there would be some.
but like not in a bad way because they didn't really affect
No, no,
anything.
no, no, no.
Um, so that was fine, I guess. And yeah,
The one thing I did look at and I thought, oh, okay, it doesn't compare. Obviously, having watched AEW, the
mm,
Kevin Knight versus Darby Allin match, we did the springboard clothesline over the table, and
yeah,
then Breaker did his
yeah,
like his
sort of,
jump from the edge,
yeah.
and he went over. I was like, it was good, and it was like, oh my god, oh my god. I'm like, it's good, but once you've
It's
seen
not.
Kevin Knight do the
It's different.
springboard to
Yeah,
Allen, it's
it's not
like
the same.
it's alright,
It's
it's
alright. Yeah,
alright.
it's still impressive. Don't get us
It's
wrong.
still,
It's
oh
still
yeah,
impressive.
the leap
But
is great,
yeah,
but once you see that, you're just
yeah.
like, okay, that there's like a bar now.
Nah, exactly.
It's not the same show, but
No,
there's a
it's
bar for me to
like
check out now.
you got the jet doing it versus like a paper plane. There's a bit of a difference there.
Let's go full on, and the other one's just like, I make the leap. I can make the leap.
Oh yeah. So, but I mean, again,
I mean,
it was a very, very, very good match.
yeah, I
I
mean,
didn't.
it's
Besides those little slip ups here and there, again, like they were so minuscule, and again, like you could easily write that into the idea that Seth Rollins is in his 40s now, and the whole
yeah,
idea is that he's not as young as he used to be, and he's still trying to hold onto him still being the best wrestler in the company, which is what he
yeah.
pushes and what everyone pushes a lot within the company.
I think that's what
But
they're doing with it. Is they're
yeah,
trying
for
to
sure.
get everyone ready. Is because again, I think especially Breaker, because he is going to be one of the next big pieces of
For sure.
the company.
100%.
They need to make sure that he can go, and by keeping him aligned with Seth, who has been there for so long and done it, and is still a consistently great wrestler,
Yeah,
putting him through a banger of a match keeps him sharp and you can see how he's getting used to it because he used to just be
exactly.
ground and pound and now he's a bit more technical. I mean, the superplex that Seth did where he normally goes into his Falcon Arrow
Oh, you
and
reversed it.
Breaker did the Falcon Arrow, and you're like, okay, cool. That doesn't come
Yeah,
from just wrestling anybody. That comes from wrestling against a guy who has been there, done that, seen it all, and it's
yeah,
supposed to be his move.
exactly.
Like
Yeah,
it's
and like Braun Baker reversing it mid move was crazy good. I really like that.
and it was smooth. Like
It's very
he didn't
smooth.
skip a beat with it, and that's the
Yeah,
thing is him doing these matches with Seth. As much as as much as we say it should be done, and again, Monday Night Raw did prove that it's not really finished.
mm, sad.
It still gets him going.
Yeah,
Like it still keeps him at relative. I mean, obviously you had Seth for the first time in a while. You see him do the pedigree.
yeah, and the spear reversal was really
Yeah,
good. I mean, that's always like been his spot, especially when it comes to his matches with Roman. He's always been able to do that sort of thing. But it looked cool. Still, it's still a cool move. It's still
oh
a
yeah,
great
yeah.
reversal. And yeah, busting out the pedigree, good for him. He is the Triple H's number one guy, so it makes all the sense in the world to use that sort of thing.
Because it always kept setting up like Breaker's going to snap him, and he did the bounce off the ropes and into the reversal pedigree.
Yeah, which is
Did the
great.
stomp that he kicked out, and then obviously he managed to get going, and Breaker eventually won. And we were like, okay, yeah, no, that's what
That's
needs to
it
happen.
for sure,
Like
for
we
sure. I
were like,
mean, yeah, and
he had to win.
that was our call. That was our call in our predictions. We said we predicting Braun to win. We wanted it to be over after that, but I mean that was, I think, just wishful thinking, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, because again,
Um,
like you say, you got them opening the show, which,
yeah, on Raw.
as you say, was again, it was clever. I mean, who was it? Paul coming out and yapping and oh, the capital in the Eastern inbred capital,
Yeah, of Tennessee. I was
Tennessee.
like, so
It's just literally
I
so
would have
like,
loved to have Kane come out at that stage. Just like like old Kane, like I'm
oh
talking
yeah,
like
not
997 Kane, not or
yeah,
like evil Kane. Shock Shane McMahon's balls Kane. That would have been great. Um, just because he's the mayor of Tennessee, he's the mayor of Knoxville, so
yeah.
it would have been great to see that. But yeah, it was your pretty stock standard heel opening. They ran the crowd down. Then you had
Anyway, he should talk Seth Rollins. Like we don't need to talk about Seth freaking Rollins
yeah,
anymore. He's done. He's out. That's it. This is the end of it. And I thought, oh, thank God.
and then they swerved you.
And then they swerved, and it's just, uh,
Yeah, it was. I don't like how they like. I think this is what like I didn't like the most about it was the fact that you can't say, "Oh, we're done," when we know for a fact now we're not. You
yeah.
know, because
Because
also it's setting up this again. They keep pushing because then obviously just so everyone has a bit of an idea, right? They ran Seth down. They ran the crowd down. Then Seth came out. They had words. He took out the Vision. Obviously, you have Logan Paul with his little mini feud with Joe Hendry. They keep saying his name and he keeps not appearing, which is really annoying.
yeah,
You know.
but then it happened all on. But it did happen all because they were like, "Oh, and Joe Henry, you and I got," and then he obviously popped out and is Paul, and he
Yeah,
was
but
just there.
no,
He's
no,
just
but
there.
that's then. They said his name. Well,
He
they
didn't.
said they said the Street Profit. They talked about the Street Profits. Paul and Austin Theory spoke about the Street Profits. They didn't
Oh
show
yeah,
up.
Bianca
Then they
Conte, the
mentioned
Bills
Joe
was involved.
Hendry. Then he didn't show up. And then the Street Profits showed up. And
Yeah,
then it was a smorgasbord of a fight and yada yada yada. At least this didn't go throughout the whole evening again like it did previous Raw. Where it's
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
happening in segments throughout. But again, like we're obviously getting Street Profits versus the Vision at some stage.
Well, they said
Um,
they mentioned it. Saturday night's main event is Street Profits versus the Vision for the titles. So
yeah, exactly.
you got
So,
2 weeks.
but then hard like I don't know why we're shoehorning Joe Hendry into this. If
I said
if
this
you're gonna
last week.
have Braun Breaker and Seth with like in a 6 man, cool, that's fine. But then the fourth, you have an extra man. You have a seventh man in Joe Hendry, and he could be doing something different here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it might be that they're setting him up, like you say, for something afterwards. So I can see the Vision losing the titles to the
Yeah,
Street Profits because I think the Street Profits can carry it better. They came when they were out there and going, "Oh, we're the we're the champs, blah blah. You can't fire us, blah blah." Again, because of this whole fire can't
yeah,
fire
fire
Logan
Logan Paul.
bullshit.
That's I'm bored of it now.
Uh, but they're like, "Oh, we are the champs, whatever." Great, but what have you done
Nothing.
as champs? Again,
You lost at Mania.
they're making all these people champs, and they're doing piss all with them. They're not defending them on a regular basis. It
Uh,
takes 6 weeks for a title match. They hold on to it for like 3 months, and then they lose it. But they've defended the titles like twice in that
yeah,
period.
exactly. Like a great example of that, we'll obviously get to it, is Clash in Italy is like 2 weeks away, right?
Three, yeah, well, two and a half,
Two and a
yeah,
half. Call it 2.5. 2.5. Three. Call it three max, right?
yeah.
Who's Liv Morgan facing right now? She's the women's champ. She just won at WrestleMania.
I'm just gonna piss all nowhere. Well, we're probably gonna get Rhea
Yeah,
versus Jade.
yeah, but still,
No, I get it,
what I mean
but
is
she
the fact
hasn't.
that she doesn't have a feud right now. She's the
Oh,
women's
yeah,
champion.
Steph's gone.
Yeah. So is it going to be Io? Anyway, we'll get to the Raw stuff.
Whatever happened.
Also,
I mean,
so we also, but throughout this whole thing, this whole arc with Seth and the Street Profits, they still don't trust him. Like, I wonder if we get it, you guys. Do you think the Street Profits don't trust Seth? He's obviously going to sacrifice himself in some way to like get their trust,
yeah,
which whatever. But I think this is one of those things where it's like if you're going to push it this way, this needs to be done at Saturday night's main event.
yeah.
Let Seth help. beat like the Street Profits win, gain trust, move away, get the Street Profits to defend their tag titles with anybody
wherever.
else.
Yeah,
Otis and Tozawa, because I think that's the only actual tag team that Raw has right now.
yeah. I mean,
Because
before even
obviously, and again, I'm jumping ahead a little bit. Sorry to interrupt you there, Gozzy,
no, it's
but
right.
apparently, Gaza and Humberto are no longer a tag team because they got fucking squashed by Femi for no reason.
Oh, but that
We'll get
yeah.
to it. We'll get to it.
Uh,
We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
either way, but I mean, before you had Seth, obviously, like what I loved in the match was, a filler match in my opinion. Like it was just a
Very
gimmick
much
with
so.
Street Profits and everyone on the card.
Yeah.
But for me, I loved, like you could hear that, or they kept the mic on when Breaker was trying to distract, and he says to Theory, he's like, get the ref, get the ref, get the ref.
I like that. Yeah, he's coach.
But then you kind
He's
of
QB
knew,
one.
okay, something's going to happen because
Sure.
obviously Theory's distracting the ref, and then that's when Seth comes out, and obviously that's when we're like, okay, shit, this feud is not done.
Yeah, no, for sure, for sure.
And obviously sacrificing Dawkins, I thought was that's the whole thing. You're not supposed to trust you. Like you told us, don't trust. We're not a part of each other. Whatever. He sacrificed Dawkins. People are gonna go, oh no, I get it, it's for the spot, but he sacrificed.
He sacrificed him.
He
Yeah, he
sacrificed
did.
it.
Yeah, like
So
don't trust him. It's Stone Cold told you 30 years ago, DTA, and you'll keep saying we don't trust you, and then you trust his ass. What the fuck is going on? And also, I mean, just have to shout out the fact that they really, like, especially Logan Paul, really was riding that whole, well, Bianca's not here, so like who's making the money for you, like line a little bit too hard. I was like,
just,
you can say it was because it gets the crowd booing, but like he said it like 2 or 3 times in that promo. I'm like, the fuck
but
are we
then that's
doing?
why I loved Montez was like, yeah, I gotta collect the bills because someone's at home taking care of a baby.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's what
Yeah,
happens.
I need the money.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, so
One of
what?
us has to work. And if she
What?
makes more money than me, I'm fine with
Clearly, you
that.
have to work harder.
Yeah, I can be a stay-at-home
I need
husband.
to be a
Sweet.
champ. I need that champ money.
Hell yeah. If I could stay at home all day and like my wife goes to work, do it. Fuck yeah. I don't have to do shit. I don't have to jump off the top rope, flip over things, hurt myself. Nah.
Nah,
No.
I can keep my body in check.
In check. I look good. Don't have to work for money. Dope. Like, so I did like Montez's response to it, but again, like he's Captain Charisma. He needs a singles push. This is where this should be leading.
We've been saying that.
We've
for
been
a long
saying
time.
this. Everybody been saying this.
Everybody's saying that for a long
Sports
time.
Illustrated been saying this. Anyway, but again, love the match of Backlash. The follow up stuff is a little bit mad right now, but I mean,
Yeah,
hopefully after Saturday night's main event and Clash in Italy, we move past it.
Yeah,
because again, at that stage, it's
done.
It's done. It's done. Moving on, then we have again, like it was a close contender for my match of the night. Was Io versus Oscar.
Yeah, it was. You know what? I think for people who have not seen it before, and I don't mean Io versus Oscar, but that style.
Yeah, that's a sort
that
of Japanese strong style.
That was a good match for you to sort of understand it.
Yeah.
Like even from like the women's side of it, that's what the matches are generally like.
Yeah, like they kick the
great.
shit out of
like,
each other.
It's a different, it's a different side to
it's
it.
It's a different breed of wrestling. This is what like when they say like, oh, Io's the best wrestler like in the WWE roster, you're saying that because she's really good.
Yeah,
we're saying that because that's what we've seen.
That's what she does.
That's what she actually does.
From.
Exactly. So we know that shit. So yeah, for sure.
I mean, obviously, can't hide the elephant in the room. The beginning of that match, the first 2-3 minutes, was literally drowned out by "We Want Kyrie" chants. Like, you cannot escape that elephant in the room. Nope. She didn't come. People were hoping. We discussed that. That's what the internet was saying. I'm glad she didn't, but you can't get past it. Like, eventually, the crowd kind of realized, okay, she's not coming, so let's actually get involved with this match.
And the way they did, it
turned into it's like, just helped.
Do more stuff in Tampa, by the way. That crowd was up and ready to go.
They were ready for it
the whole night, dude. Like I don't think they stopped cheering for stuff. I will say that they were just there to have a good time, as opposed to like boo the heels and cheer like the baby.
Oh yeah, they were just
which is
like,
fine. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Yeah. But yeah, like obviously, like you said, the We Were Kyrie chants were coming out, and then they did realize, oh, it's not going to happen. we're watching two of the best wrestlers on the planet right now. Let's actually get into it, which was fine.
Let's see what happens. Yeah.
And again, very good battle. Again, a couple of sloppy little bits here and there. Nothing, nothing. Again,
Yeah.
nothing crazy.
But again, like we're saying, it was proper Japanese style because you had the hard kicks, then you had a lot of locks, and you had a lot of holds, and you had a lot of transitions, and it worked. And when you have two people who know how to do that style, you don't have to blend two styles or get one to appease a certain crowd.
Exactly.
You can let them be themselves.
Yeah,
it works,
and it worked incredibly
and
well.
it proved that. 100% proved it.
Yeah, and they told a great story in the ring. Like the whole. I mean, the start was obvious. You know, Oscar was like the more arrogant, cocky, like I'm your senpai. Like you got to do what I say. I'm gonna kick the shit out of you. This is gonna be easy money.
Yeah, she had her Oscar swagger.
She had the swagger on, getting in Io's head, and Io was calm as you like. Yeah,
just
eyes
relax.
were like cold Vietnam stare going on. She's like, no, I'm gonna fuck you up, dog.
It was almost like, yeah, I know what you trained me. Don't.
Yeah, I know what you're doing.
I know what
you, dog. It's exactly.
I know how to get in your head.
Yeah,
me not reacting gets in your head more than me reacting to you.
And it did, and then it showed. Like the beginning of the match was like the more technical side of it, where like Oscar did have the little bit of the up and again, incredibly even match, which I thought like told a really good story there.
It told it in a way that one was not better than the other. Oscar had her dominant pieces, but it showed like the training came out where Io managed to get on top herself.
Yeah, and there was a lot of counters within there that really set that off. Where again, I think the idea if you had Oscar be dominant too often in the match, then it sort of tells a story like, oh well, she is still like the biggest, strong one.
Yeah.
Whereas this was like, no, it's none of that. There was no one on top for too long where it was like, oh, this one definitely hasn't gone. I honestly at once I was like, I'm not sure which way this is gonna go.
But that's why I was like, oh, okay, this really could be. And we discussed it before in our predictions. We were like, Io wins, which glad she did.
Yeah.
But if Oscar had won, you could have told something different, and it looked at points that she was gonna, it looked like she was actually gonna be the one to win. Like they never really they never left any kind of clarity in your brain.
Yeah.
When you were watching, like you say, a great story, but there was no clarity of, okay, Io is the definitive winner here.
Exactly.
It was here, there. Oscar trying so many different ways. She didn't just try her Oscar. She had tried several different arm bars and different headlocks and everything.
That one Oscar lock where she rolled her over and like Io was flailing, and even Michael Cole was like, oh, did she tap? It was like, I don't think that was that. It was Wade Barrett. And then Michael's like, I don't think that was a tap. I was like, are you sure, Michael Cole?
Yeah, are we
sure?
Are we about that? Are we about that? But when she got out and she rolled through and she put Oscar in the Oscar lock,
it was great.
I don't think many triggered. Like and I probably have seen it. We were like, oh shit, she's got her in the Oscar lock. Because she's like, Io's got a sleeper of her own. I'm like, no, that's not a sleeper.
Oscar lock, dog.
She had the arm round and she had her around her neck, and you're like, that's the Oscar lock.
Yeah, she's got a chicken wing on there. Like that's the Oscar lock for sure. It's like, I say chicken wing. It's kind of like a half Kimura, like rear naked choke thing, but still the Oscar lock.
But it's an Oscar lock, and she got her in it, and then I think they kind of left it like, oh, she's got her in a sleeper hold of herself. I'm like, no, that's the Oscar. Say it's the Oscar lock.
You have to, because again, part of the story. This is those minute little details, guys. But again, I think like half the crowd locked in and half the crowd didn't, which is why it didn't get as big a reaction as I think it probably deserved. Yeah. But again, it was still really good. Really, really good, Yeah,
it was really tight, really. And then obviously they moved to the outside, and you knew the mist was coming at some point. And again,
the block was great. Love the block. It was smart.
It just shows, like, again, it's she trained her. She knows what she's going to do.
She was expecting it the whole time.
Pick your moment.
But now I do have a bone to pick with that specific sequence because it happened early on the night as well. I understand big matches need a little bit of leeway, right?
Yeah.
But Jesus Christ, can these refs start counting when people are outside the ring? A little bit.
I was also like, oh, okay, this is a bit.
Because they were out there forever. I'm talking.
And it's not like they did the whole. Remember back in the day, it used to do the count, you do the slide in, break it, then just pop it out. Just
easy money. Yeah, it doesn't take a lot. Simple. Because it kept happening. It happened even during the Danhausen, Minihausen, and the Kid Wilson Miz match, right?
Yeah.
When Kid was being chasing that Minihausen up to the clone machine, he was out there forever. And I understand that's a tag match, so it's a little bit different rules, but still, like he was, again, bring it in the ring a little bit more, or at least have like a clear definition of the count. We bitch a lot about it in football, about the referees and their consistency. We need a little bit more of that in the refereeing in WWE at this stage.
The authority figure needs to start being the authority figure and
exactly.
following the rules.
Yeah, because you're not, again, this is why the Jessica Carr stuff with Becky works so well, right? She does follow the rules. So to Becky, it's cheating. It's like, no, I'm doing my job correctly,
Yeah.
right? And you got to keep doing that. So again, like this, nothing to do with Oscar and Io. It's like this is a refereeing thing. We need to start being more what's consistent with how we establish rules and like leeway and stuff like that. Because
Yeah.
again, I was like, it's great. The block was amazing. Because I knew again, we knew the mist was coming. I didn't know how she'd get out of it. I was under the impression it'd be like she gets misted, but then somehow reverses like the Oscar lock or something like that.
Yeah.
From a pinning, like from the Oscar lock to like a pinning combination to give her a bit of time.
Yeah.
The block was great, but they were out there for about 30 seconds before that.
Yeah. It took a while,
It took a while. It took a
but
long while, but it was great. It was
that
great.
was great.
Otherwise,
Great match, and again, you know, the finish was what it was. Bullet train attack
yeah,
into the
into
over the
moonsault.
moonsault, and she
Yeah,
won.
one,
And
two,
that's
three, and then the surprise happened. What I didn't expect.
yeah, I didn't expect it either. I
Because
didn't
I
expect that embrace.
big embrace. Like it was crazy. Like I was like, oh my god, is she gonna Brock Lesnar this motherfucker? Is she gonna retire as well? Because it was like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It felt like that. I'm like, god damn, is Oscar also gonna go now? Because there was hugs, there was kisses. At one stage,
I
Oscar tried to
literally
roll out
wrote
the
here.
ring.
I literally wrote this here. I was like, obviously, respect was paid by both of them.
Yeah,
But Oscar, and the thing, like you say, was this a Brock Lesnar thing? Oscar thanking the crowd. Some people do that. To when it's been a great match.
yeah.
But considering the circumstances, that was. I was like, oh shit, this is a retirement goodbye. Like
That's
this
what
is
I thought it
I'm
was.
going home. This is me heading to Japan to be with Kyrie in Japan. Thank you.
Yeah, that's how I read it. I was like, oh my god, this is the last time we're gonna see Oscar, which
And
would be
then
again like what a great way to go out as well. You
yeah,
know,
a banger of a match. You lose,
as
as
you
is the
should,
rules,
as you
as is
should.
the rules.
Yeah.
And but then obviously she appeared on Raw.
Did the same thing. Also
The same
embraced
thing.
Kyrie,
I'm
said,
proud of
well
you.
done.
I'm proud of you. I'm no longer your senpai. You are my friend. Blah blah blah. And then she walks out with there's no context to it, but she just walks out with a bag. So
Yeah.
like, and
And
and Michael Cole said, "We'll tell you what's happening with Oscar later." Did we get her?
no, well, in all fairness, he did say the what's happening with Oscar is a little bit up in the air right now. We'll get back to you about it when we know more.
Ah,
Which
okay.
is, I think they wrote themselves into a corner. It's like, well, shit. Now what do we do with Oscar? I think it's just code for she's going to go to SmackDown. You know,
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be mad at that, but
because that is
also,
her house. You know,
yeah,
she's got a lot of history with people like Charlotte,
she
Rhea,
was
all that
she
sort of
was a
thing.
she was a SmackDown champion early on in the reign. So
Exactly, yeah. So she has a lot, and again, it's just also to change up the scene a little bit there. I think.
yeah,
Um, Again, SmackDown's women's roster is super stacked right now, especially with Fatal Influence in there, who have just come up. So
that's the
we'll see
thing.
where
Like
she fits in. Maybe it's also just a bit of time off for Oscar. Who knows?
possibly. I mean, if it is a retirement thing, it's quite disappointing from the sense of I wish I had more because I love Oscar and I
Sure.
love her heel work because she's fantastic. Damn son.
Yeah, you lit up as you said Oscar.
Ah,
Like, is she gonna be here?
I am a god. but no, she's I genuinely enjoyed. I thought they did her dirty when she lost to Charlotte when she was on this unbeaten streak for like almost 2 years.
Don't even bring that up.
But
Don't even bring that up to me,
they did
man.
that dirty, and that kind of set her back a lot.
Yeah,
But I wouldn't be surprised if she did end up going, and it was like she ends up going back to Japan, and she ends up teaming with Kyrie, or she ends up having a feud with Kyrie in Japan. But at the same time, I'd be very disappointed because she is also a standing
yeah. She's
member,
been
and
there
she was
for
brought in
a
to
long
be,
time.
there was such a hype made around her when she
Mm.
first came to the US.
Yeah, and she always, whenever she's gone on a bit of a hiatus and come back, there's always huge fanfare for it. It's like, oh
Yeah,
shit, Oscar's back. You
it's
know,
because she can wrestle.
yeah,
It's because she can put on and she's proved it with Io. She can put on these bangers of matches.
for sure, for sure. I mean, look, if her match at Backlash was her final one,
It was
and
a great
that's
one.
and was it was a great one, and that was her retirement, then I would have absolutely zero issues. But having her show up on Raw,
Yes.
that kind of
having
put
that.
a sour taste if that is the case. Because then why would you do that? That could have been again like the Brock Lesnar thing. Like it was impactful. Like, oh shit, is he actually? Because we didn't know, and then it was
Yeah,
announced later on. Same thing with Oscar. Like if this is how wrestlers start going out, dope, cool. But then
yeah,
you bring it back the very next night, or like 2 nights later, on Raw. So I think that little post arc. Again, I mean, I'm glad Oscar's a face now. It's more fun to cheer her than boo her because you can't really boo her, you
yeah.
know.
But it's so weird because it's great to cheer her when she's a face, but she does so much more of her better work when she's a heel.
Sure,
It's so
agreed.
such a catch for her.
Very much so. Very much. She's so entertaining as a heel, and like
Yeah,
she's just devious.
she leads into that
Mm.
heel side of it so much. When she's a face, she's quite wild and she's but she's all over the place. But when she's a heel, she is so committed
Yeah, yeah,
to
exactly.
being the heel.
I don't know. Maybe she should form like a stable with Natty. You know, just like these two veterans who are like underutilized. You know,
Pound and
and
pound.
just beat the shit out of people. That'd be dope. You know,
Yeah. Oh, that would be
like
sweet.
call them the Dungeon Warriors. Oh shit, that actually slaps. I like that.
That's
I'd
pretty
I'd
sweet.
fucking watch the fucking Dungeon Warriors. Hell yeah,
Hell
you know.
yeah.
Warriors of the Heart. That's not as cool. Dungeon Warriors, it is. Speaking of Natty, just because we keep saying like they've done nothing with Maxine, and the whole thing with Natty was there for the taking, and
Yeah.
nothing. That's completely over now. I see she was in the back of Austin
You
Theory's
noticed
van.
that as well.
Yeah, I
I
did. I was
noticed
like,
that. I was
she's in
like,
the
okay.
back. She's in the
I'm
back of the
like,
car.
no, they're dating, honestly.
They
This must
have to
be
be. They are,
they
right?
have to be dating, or she's gonna be like again, it's pointless in doing it, but she's
Turn her
gonna be like
heel,
a manager in
drop the
that
babes.
stable.
That'd be great.
Yeah, but
That would be great.
they must
I'd
be
fucking
dating. Let's be honest. There's no other.
no. But
This well, I mean, there is
if they're
other
not,
reasons, but maybe, but there are other reasons as to why that's going on. But you can't keep sort of giving this glimpse. It's either they're dead or something is really going to happen and she's joining the Vision.
well, that's what I'm saying. Like if they are, then that's cool. Obviously, it's their personal business. It's just fun to talk about, really.
Yeah, of course.
But if it's not going to go anywhere, then frame your shots better.
Yeah, exactly. If it
That's
means
all it
nothing,
takes.
stop it.
Just hold the angle like this that you can't see inside the car. Because then, like, Theory right after was I said to Jack, you need a ride? So is he just like the Uber delivery guy, like, for
Whatever,
WWE?
wacky.
Yeah, he just drops off all of all the hot women at the hotel. There are worse jobs in the world, trust me.
Oh, fair enough.
But
But it also,
she
I
was
noticed. I was
there.
like, whatever.
I saw it. I was like, that's Maxine. Oh shit, there she is. I wrote it down in my notes. I'm like, gotta bring it up with Gozzy over here. See if he knows.
I
I'm
also,
glad you did.
I noticed that. I was like, what the is going on here? Give
That
us
was great.
context. Give us clarity. Just
Um,
stringing us along, leaving us wondering.
yeah, so Maxine, right? It's wild. It's
I
too
mean,
funny,
okay.
actually. I love it.
I
Yeah,
suppose we move on to the final one then for the Raw piece. Is
yes.
Roman and Jacob.
Which I don't know. I have dueling thoughts about this match. To be honest, I liked it. Don't get me wrong, I liked it.
Yeah.
But I I just think they told a bad story in the ring, personally.
Yeah, I was interested going into it, but when it started, I was like,
See, I would say I like the first like 5 minutes of it because I got it.
Yeah, but I also like I got really hyped up for it because of the video package. I thought the video package was old school video package.
It was dope.
What you need before, a
Yeah.
proper clash.
I'm glad you brought that up because I was thinking about it as the match was about to start. Right? I'm like, God damn, the video package was good. And I was like, but like all the matches, you have time. You have time on all these PLEs to have a high package. I'm not saying it has to be for every single match, but all the matches on this back, like Io and Oscar should have had one.
Oh, they absolutely should have had one.
Braun and Seth should have had one for sure.
Yep.
Because again, like these feuds have been going on
For a long time.
and I was like, but like, what the weirdest thing for me was, and what I thought about was, even when we sort of stopped watching wrestling for a while, right?
Yeah.
Still used to watch like the big fours, your Mania, your SummerSlam, your Survivor Series, and your Rumble, right?
Yeah.
Rumble, you don't need anything because it's the Rumble.
Yeah.
But even if you haven't been watching for a minute, because they had video packages before every big match, you didn't really have to watch the product that much.
You could just get
You
a
could
quick catch
just
up,
get a
so you knew
quick
what was
catch up on
happening.
it. And I'm like, if I'm a new fan and I keep hearing my friends or like my buddy Rone and my buddy Gozzy talk about wrestling, like, let me get into it. And you come into Sammy versus Trick, you'll be like, oh, well, I like Trick Williams a lot because the people chant for him, which is
Yeah.
fine, nothing wrong. But why are they fighting? And then you have little Yachty out there. That gives you no context,
No.
you know? So I love the video package. I thought the video package was dope as hell. And I wish they would do it for more matches more often for the bigger ones at least, you know? Anyway, that's my
Absolutely. No,
little
I
two
agree.
cents on the
No,
video
no,
package
I
situation.
agree with it because 3 of those matches deserve actually, you could have given a video package to every single one of those matches. There
Well,
was enough context to give every single one of them
yeah,
a video hype package.
absolutely. The goofy one would have been Trick and Savvy, but just because of how. But again, you have all the drama with Mello and the all of that sort of stuff, right?
You could
And
have
then
had the thing to of you literally could have had it of being Sammy doing all the stuff, lurking and speaking to people and,
yeah,
you know,
how he
like,
connived his way into it.
yeah, and then obviously you have like that sort of fall from grace thing and Trick
Exactly.
becoming the face of it, and that's why you're supposed to support Trick Williams, not just, "Oh, I'm supposed to because
Yeah.
the fans are cheering for him."
Yeah, exactly. I mean, even with the Miz and Danhausen, there's so much history there. You could have made a really funny one. You could have made it like a really
Yeah,
comedic heavy one. Like let's never forget like one of the high packages that I'll see it into my brain. I think just because it was Chris Jericho when he fought William Regal at WrestleMania 17 because it
yeah.
started like and how did they start that video package? Jericho pissed in his tea. That's how it starts because it started off with Jericho just not liking William Regal and pranking his ass. Like again, that was a comedy thing that turned into a really good match. You know what I mean? But they had a video package for that.
But, yeah,
So, like
it's
again,
just the way
just
people respond.
context wise, if I had just started watching wrestling because it's the Attitude Era at that stage at Mania 17, I'd be like, oh, I wonder why this British man and this Canadian dude are fighting. Like, oh, because the Canadian got pissed in his tea. I'd be mad too. You know?
But, yeah,
But yeah,
that's a
anyway,
throwback. That is a throwback.
I
That is a
digress. Yeah.
throwback. But, yeah, I
Um,
mean, I agree with, like, yeah, I think they made Jacob look like he was supposed to in the beginning. Like Roman, kept trying to take him down, and when he did knock him down, he just basically got straight back up, and he was like, "Nah."
which I liked. I
Yeah.
did like that. Yeah.
So it was pushing it to be like, okay, he is the Samoan werewolf. When he came in, people would take him down, and he'd literally just get back up.
Yeah.
That's what you suppose. That's the way he was set up to be. He was introduced as this.
As a monster, like an
Yeah, you
unperturbed,
cannot
you
keep
can't
him
take him down
down.
monster. Yeah.
This unhinged, crazy monster, and it worked. And to start, it was great because there was a couple of shoulder tackles, and
Sure.
he didn't go down. And then when he did get him down, he just bounced back up.
Yeah.
You could see Roman. You could see the look in Roman's face, like, "Oh
Yeah.
shit,
The
what am I
wheels turning.
supposed to
Yeah, for
do?
sure.
Like, what do I have to do?"
Yeah, which is fine. And I like that part of it. But then it got into a little bit deeper into the match. And
Mm,
this is where what upset me the most was Jacob, actually.
yeah,
Because Roman is going to do Roman things, you know. But Jacob kept getting a little bit more cocky than angry at things when he like had the upper hand for that little period right after, right? He
yeah,
kept like he showboated a little bit and he was taking us off the ball. I'm like, isn't the story we're trying to tell you that he doesn't care about that sort of thing? He interacted with the crowd quite a bit, you know,
yeah.
and like again, Michael Cole tried to say like, oh, he's hearing stuff and he's like, getting more and more angry. I'm like, I don't think that's the case. I think he was doing the wrong thing character wise. He's supposed to be so focused on taking Roman out to
Yeah,
get that championship. What is this arrogant sort of take your time sections here and there? And that sort of took me out of the match a bit, you
mm.
know? And then finally, when Roman came back, got the upper hand, then they go to the outside, and then we have the table spots, and we have, all of that sort of
I'm
thing.
surprised they gave Roman the drive-by. It was the first time he's done a drive-by as well in a
Actually, yeah, I
while.
forgot about that. When you did the drive, I was like, oh, shit, drive by.
Like, and that was
Yeah,
a staple thing, and I think they stopped him from doing this. They were trying to take it away from him. That was part of the whole big
yeah,
dog character. But it was still a signature move, and he
mhm.
hasn't done it for so long, like years.
Yeah,
So when
again,
he did it,
they,
I was like, "Oh
uh,
shit, drive by!"
yeah,
And I think
yeah,
it went over so many people's heads because
because I haven't
if I
seen it
was
for
in the
so
crowd, I'd
long.
have been like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah.
But
It's
it was
like
just like a move. It was just something that people thought that, oh, he's just pulled out. No, it
no,
used to
it's been
literally be
around.
part of his arsenal. It was a signature move.
See, I thought they stopped him doing that because it looks really cool. Obviously, he's doing like a running dropkick onto the apron from the outside, which is dope. But I thought they got rid of that for him because it's very much a face move. You know, so when he became the tribal chief, he doesn't have to do flashy things like that. You know, it's more
Yeah,
methodical
I
and
mean,
stuff. Because like
probably.
even with like Sammy, like he doesn't do his Arabian moonsault anymore, and he stopped doing that when he became the conspiracy theorist Sammy. But
Yeah,
they haven't made him do it again. But I think that's an age thing because that's a springboard moonsault to the outside, or
yeah,
not a moonsault, just a backflip to the outside. Which again, like dangerous. It's dangerous for a lot of people. I think at 40 years old, you're kind of pushing it. But he even used to do that run in, dive in, DDT through the ropes.
yeah.
Right, it was a sick move. And again, he stopped doing that when he became a heel, and then they haven't brought it back. So maybe they're just also like changing up signature moves. But again, when the drawback came
Maybe.
out, I was like, oh shit. I thought, damn, Roman's pulling out all the stops to beat Jacob. That's where I thought they were going with it.
Yeah, I mean, probably it could.
But no, it
You'd be
was
right.
never
It could be that
mentioned.
it was
And
just there, but he
but no,
hasn't done it.
but then the thing is, he didn't. Then it
Yeah,
went straight back to your regular old like, okay, Superman punch up, but he popped up. That was pretty cool. I like
yeah.
that. And they speared him, but he kicked out of the spear. No one really kicks out a Roman spear, except everyone does. So this is where the match sort of fell apart for me because I'm like, oh, we've seen all this, and as soon as that happened, I was like, oh, okay, cool. Jacob's gonna lose here.
I mean, they had it clever in the early on as well when they had Roman, targeting his hand to try and limit the effects of the Tongan death grip. Because again, that was supposed to be the move.
Yeah,
I thought that was going to be the move that did it.
yeah,
Like,
same.
and it was barely touched. Like he tried, but
Yeah.
it was barely used. And you're like, okay, well the hype has been made around this damn move.
You came out in the traditional Samoan attire for this, well, the Tongan attire for this.
Why were you not attempting it from get go?
Yeah,
From
that should have
from
been the
moment
first
one, why
move.
was he not? As soon as the bell went, why was he not trying to get straight in
Yeah,
there?
because then also, I mean, just sort of jumping ahead in time to Raw. Jesus, we saw it the whole like final segment. That was
Yeah,
like 90% of the segment was him
that's
choking out Roman with this thing.
don't bury the move that you're trying to make the move.
It does make sense. Why again, like you just said, right? Right away. Surely you would go at him right away with this thing.
Which people would be okay. There it is. Like Roman's got to be prepared. Even if Roman sort of like he went at him to try and grab him, and Roman sort of managed to get through the ropes or pull himself under, so the ref has to do a count or something like that to get Jacob off. Fine, because then shit. Roman's got to be wary of this move from the get go, and him then targeting the hands to try and stop Jacob from
Makes
doing
sense.
it makes sense. It makes sense in him trying to stop it, but like he has to be wary of it. They
Yeah.
barely went to it.
No, and like it came like more obviously more near the end of the match.
Yeah.
Like once or twice, and then I mean not really to be honest. And then of course, just moving like ahead a little bit, chap. Obviously, we have the ref, the weirdest ref bump I think I've seen in a minute. Not because of how it happened, but because the ref didn't fall down.
Yeah.
I was more taken aback by that because obviously you had the ref in the corner. Jacob runs at Roman, smacks Roman into the ref. I thought, okay, cool. This is where we get the Usos, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Because
Something like that.
now we have a ref bump, but the ref never went down at all. And I'm like, this is the strongest ref in WWE history.
Get him in every single match.
Yes, because there will never be a problem with ref bumps again. No one can have any
We'll
shenanigans.
never have that problem.
Because he didn't go down. And then they had
No.
another one a little bit later. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah, but also strongest ref, smartest ref, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm not coming to I have to pick my bone with this because we've been bitching and moaning about Gunther and his sleeper hold and everyone passing out. They're like, oh, he's passed out. He did the arm drop to Roman, and Roman did the whole like, oh no.
Yeah.
Why are none of the other refs doing this?
This is what I was saying earlier. It's a consistency thing.
Exactly, it's consistency. I picked that out specifically because you and I have such a bone with this. When they do sleeper holds, why are they not doing the arm drop like they used to? It's just like, okay, cool, no, he's passed out. Like it's too dangerous to let them continue. Blah blah blah. But he did the arm drop to Roman because he was like tapping him. Then he lifted his arm and he stopped it straight away. But he was like, no, I'm there.
Like even earlier in the night, Oscar versus Io. He didn't do the arm thing. He was gonna call the match, and then Io just had a burst of energy and rolled through it. It's like, no, you could have had that with the arm. Like, consistency, my dude. Consistency. Exactly. That's all I want from any. if it's WWE, if it's football, a little referee consistency would go a long way. Everybody, you know.
Just yeah, it was
I'm about to be long. But anyway, so yeah, Roman gets the turnbuckle padding off, and
yeah.
then smacks Jacob in the
Jacob
face with
into
it.
it,
Superman
finishes,
punch, spear, one, two,
finish,
three.
done.
Did not sell afterwards. Jacob did not sell at all. Like he again, like it took him a little longer than usual, but just in
He
terms of
got
how the match was,
yeah,
he
yeah,
got up and he was like, "What the fuck?" Like,
yeah,
okay, I don't like that. It very much reminded me of when Goldberg beat the Fiend, and he hit him with the spear,
yeah,
jackhammer, one, two, three, and then the Fiend popped up right after that. I'm like, okay, but why? No, no,
yeah,
no. There's a better way to do it. At least sell it. At least sell the
yeah,
shit
yeah,
out of
yeah.
it. Like the turnbuckle actually hurting you, because then why did it just take that?
Yeah, but this is again the whole thing. He's supposed to be unhinged and nothing kept him down. But then there was a lot that kept him down, and now nothing's keeping him down again.
Yeah,
Pick one.
it doesn't
Pick
make
one.
sense to me. It
Is he
genuinely,
unhinged and mental that nothing keeps him down? Like you say, no selling, or is he going to be a wrestler and he will then finish in the same proper way? I mean, he lost
yeah,
his shit obviously,
yeah,
and he was
as you would,
properly
as you
unhinged.
would.
And again, then the Tongan death grip comes into play, and you're like, well, that should have been what
Yeah,
the go-to should have
why
been.
don't you start with that when your hand is stronger? Yeah,
So it really, like that, really ticked me. I had pissed myself laughing, if I'm not gonna lie, when you had the picture of everyone trying to get Jacob, get him off of
it
Roman,
was good.
and he was, and you see the image of Adam Pearce pulling his hair, and I'm like, oh my god, no,
And then he took Adam out, which was pretty funny as well.
which is
Just
great.
yeeted his ass away. I thought that was hilarious. I
Through
was
the
like,
ropes,
good. You're
through the
the
ropes.
worst general manager all in the whole on the planet. Get rid of me out of my way. That was great. I
But
thought they'd suspend him after that. Isn't that
yeah,
usually what happens when you attack officials and you attack the GM?
yeah,
And then no, it's fine. Be on Raw, but be good, I guess.
yeah. So,
Because then,
you know,
and obviously, yeah, get into Raw. Then we had
but
another.
okay. So the beginning piece where Roman gets out, why did he not have the title? Well, Jacob didn't take it with him, so
No,
it's
he
not like
just
he had
lifted
to
it up
collect it. What? So why did Roman not have the title? Like it's like, oh, where's my title? Give it to me.
because the Usos didn't fetch it for him. That's why he was mad at them
That
on Monday.
that didn't need to be part of whatever that segment was in the beginning.
No, no, no,
It
no,
had
no.
nothing to do with it. You get I enjoyed the little segments in the middle with Jimmy like saying you need to be careful, like like you don't need to get this acknowledgement done. I
Yeah,
get
with
Roman's whole
Roman.
thing like step in line or step out.
Yeah, I
You
like
know,
that. I like that. What I didn't like was slightly after that with Jimmy and Jay, where they both kind of forgot their lines a little bit.
yeah, but I just like I was gonna say I'm gonna start calling everyone ballet boy.
Ballet Boy was pretty funny. I did
I
have a
was
good
like
chuckle at
ballet
that. Ballet
boy.
Boy.
But again, like it was good for in the sense of like it kept that relative of like, oh,
Hmm.
is Jacob actually gonna get there and whatever. And then obviously you had Roman in the ring out there
Yeah, doing his typical shtick. You
doing
know,
doing the Roman.
yeah,
Oh, come! I am.
yeah. Put your one up.
One.
Acknowledge
Put your
me.
ones up. Come acknowledge me. Blah blah blah.
Yada yada. And then
Yeah, he
yeah,
came out with both.
yep, yep. And
So
then basically, long story short, everybody. Then Jacob came out and used tongue death grip on everybody again,
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 again
wrecked
came out.
everything.
Oh no, not acknowledging Roman.
No.
Just wrecked shit again.
Uh, Finally, we did have a good barricade spot though. Finally,
Oh yeah, he's
because
just like,
taking
oh yeah, he
he just
disappeared.
flew across there, like took everybody out, took took two Usos and a Roman Reigns out. I was like, damn,
Fine.
like
That's
the speed at which he went through, just a visual of it. Like
boy got a
you know,
taste of that
the
gold.
the image of Adam Pearce pulling the hair is great. Just that if you freeze frame it perfectly, like you see when all like Jimmy and Jay are down with Roman and the barricade's down, he's still sort of mid air, like on his way down. It's kind of hilarious if he pulls it
But
just
that boy got a
perfectly.
taste of gold and lost it. Like when he picked that title up, he was like,
Yeah, he was
hey,
like,
licking it. I was
it
like,
was
okay,
very, it was because he did it again. It's like, okay, cool. So is that like his thing now? He doesn't win the title, but he beats
but
up
he's
Roman.
yeah, it's
Oh,
whatever.
I
Like,
mean, you could have a whole like
are we getting
beat up
are we
Roman
getting
Reigns thing.
Roman? Are we getting Roman versus Fatu at Clash in Italy, like round two?
We must be right. That makes sense. You wouldn't not have your biggest champion on that. Although we have Cody Gunter.
Yeah. we do have that match, but then again, are we gonna have both world title matches? I mean,
But then what
when was
happens
the
with the
last time
women's?
yeah,
It's
when
gonna
was the
be.
last time they kind of had both championships on one card, not including a 2 night event?
I can't remember actually, to be honest. I don't think they've done that in a
I
very
don't
long
think you
time.
have to just have one or the other. You can have two. They
Yeah,
used to
both.
do
Yeah,
it,
all the
so why
time. Yeah,
not?
I don't know. It's because you know what? It's because CM Punk doesn't have it, so you can't bump his ass like down the card so Roman can main event. That's why. So yeah, I don't know where we go from because I mean, where do you go from here? Really,
I
you
don't.
know?
I don't know. Again, like Fatu lost, so in essence, he doesn't have a leg to stand on for another match.
Yeah. Besides the fact that he keeps beating up Roman Reigns and choking him.
So unless Roman just keeps going, you know what? Just come, one more time, and he beats his ass, and then he comes and attacks him. He's like, fine, I'll take you on here. Here, I don't need that.
No,
I don't want that. He beat Jacob. You know, you're putting Jacob in that picture. You're keeping him relevant like this, but it's got no bearing on
no,
how to elevate anything.
it's Drew
It's doing nothing for this
McIntyre all
title.
over again, my dude.
Yeah,
It is literally just Drew McIntyre where he comes, he beats up the guy who has the title, and he just doesn't get the job done. Ugh, I don't like it.
no,
I don't know where they go. I don't know because what do
I
you do
don't know
next week
what's
on Raw?
going.
Is it again like, oh well, now Roman's more afraid of him, and the Usos are like now Theory against Jacob, and it's a 3 against 1 situation? Because then why are we doing that? Why? Because then we know Jacob's gonna lose again. Because how do you? We saw it for 5 years where if the bloodline gets involved, you lose.
Yeah,
So
so
you're gonna
I don't know.
diminish him that way. So
I got
unless he fully takes out Jimmy and Jay like completely, and then it's just 1-on-1 in a cage match. I don't know. I don't know where they go.
I don't know. You know, it filled the story filled and got us to Backlash, and it worked.
Yeah.
But I don't know what to do. I wouldn't know what to do from here because I'm not bored of it, but I don't know. I don't see what the point in it is right now that
Yeah.
Jacob lost. If Jacob won, fine.
Sure.
I mean, you called Roman to win. I thought Jacob would win it, so fair enough. Roman won. But at the same time, where I don't know what to do if I'm in the back there. I'm like, okay, I don't know how to keep this going because you can't just keep doing this Tongan death grip thing and making Roman more mad and more mad.
Oh, I know. Punjabi president match. Why not?
Oh, that's an awful match.
It is, but you know what? This is an awful feud now because where do you go with it? Um, that's again. That's
Are we
just
just
my
gonna
two
call it
cents.
like a Samoan Island match or something like that?
Yeah, they probably will actually. You know, they'll have like a bash at the beach or like. I mean, I know that's an AEW thing, but they could have like, a Samoan Slammiversary. You know, and like be
Whatever it
like, all
is.
right, this is for the Ula Fala, the weird Tongan beads that Jacob came out in, and
That
the
was a
only
lay.
the
That was
are
very
they
much a lay.
are they? Well, I thought that was like a more Hawaiian Polynesian thing, but
Well, again,
okay.
it's Polynesian, isn't it? Samoa is still part of the Polynesian island,
Oh,
so
oh, well, I just learned something. Thank you. I appreciate that. Either way, have a hula hooping or have a luau competition. You know, who can hula the best? Who can luau the best?
yeah, okay.
I'm gonna
I'm
stop
sold.
because this
I'm
is also
sold.
just. I feel like this is also just getting like it's like racist territory. So
Yeah, a little bit,
I'm gonna move on from there. I don't know where they go with it. Anyway,
Back. Should we finish off Backlash?
yeah, let's finish off Backlash. So we had again very good match in Sammy Trick. Not much to say here. It was a good match. It
No.
was better than their Mania match, which is saying
Yeah.
something because they had a good match there. And exactly what happened happened.
I would
That we
say
were
the only
predicting.
thing that annoyed me is why did you have to do a backstage interactional interview with Trick as he's about to go to the ring? You
I don't
don't need that
understand
on a
it.
PLE. You don't need that.
No, absolutely not.
It's pointless.
I would rather have Trick do his entrance, come to the ring, and then cut a promo at that stage.
Yes,
You
yes,
know,
but you don't need that backstage interaction with
no,
him.
it makes
It
no
did
sense.
nothing.
No,
It just it was I don't know if it was filler content to make time or what it was. It was so unnecessary. It did
that
literally
was
did. I don't even remember
very
what he said.
shoehorned.
I
No,
don't
me
even remember
either.
what he said.
I think, and also it deflated me. It deflated the crowd. I'm like, oh, okay. Are we not having the match now? Because then after he was done, they played these. I'm like, oh,
And
wait,
he
no, it
went
is
straight
not.
out.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, weird. I was like, nah. Don't.
So it
Again,
just
have him cut it in the ring. That'd be sick as hell.
yeah, it's just it like it's the one thing that I didn't like. I just thought it didn't really set the tone for what it needed to be.
I agree.
But as you say, wasn't it? bad match. It was better than their WrestleMania match, and they carried it really well. Like you say, told a really good story in the ring.
Yeah, we had proper heel Sammy come out a
Yeah,
little bit.
taking the candy cane.
And then, as I said in the prediction, I think we both said it in the predictions actually. Little Yachty's going to definitely get involved now, and he did again,
Yes.
which cool. Um, I didn't like that about the match at all. It didn't
No,
need that. It
again,
did not
yeah.
need that at all. I'm glad Trick got the win because I think we both predicted he would.
Yep.
He
We
needed
said
it
that he
more.
needed it. Yep.
Again, I like the fact that Sammy did more heel stuff with it. I still think he should drop the haluva kick and have a haluva dick in the call it the ride or die. Um, he's got to be a
But he
heel. Do
stopped.
that.
He stopped doing the thing as well. Like where he did once where he went into the corner and he was leaning against, like trying to get the crowd hyped, and everyone was booing him. So the second time he tried the haluva kick, he just sort of stood in the corner and he was waiting there. So it kind of, like you say, he kind of started dropping that lean. Like you don't need to try and win the crowd's favor. I get it. You have your ride or dies.
Yeah, but that's what I'm
But
saying. Have that same move. Like set it up exactly the same way, where he's in the corner, except instead of hyping the crowd up and instead of running, he waits for them to like take 2 steps away from the corner, and then he walks up and just kick him the dick. Grab his dick and twist it. You know what I mean? But what's your
grab
fault,
his
man?
dick and
Grab his
twisted.
dick and twist
Oh
it,
my
man.
god, dude.
Oh my god, dude, this is MMA. It's still hilarious. It's still funny.
I mean, like you say, he did the whole heel. He did the proper playing possum, faked the knee injury
Yeah.
to get a jump
I
on
mean,
Trick.
I will say the crowd did pop when he haluva kicked the shit out of Little Yachty, which was great.
Yeah.
Um, but I mean, who
But
wouldn't?
again, it's because it's like you
That's
say,
a
they
celebrity.
retired a certain move for a certain profile.
Yeah.
The Huluva kick, yeah, he's used it both when he's been a face and a heel. But if they drop it now, then like you say, he's properly leaning into it.
Yeah, again, because it is like the way it's set up is like a sweet chin music or a spear from Edge. It's in the corner and he's trying to get it's a face move in my opinion. At
Yeah,
least with the spear because it can come sort of out of nowhere. It's more of a heel move, but setting it up is like the RKO is the best when it's out of nowhere, right? When Randy does the whole smack the canvas, thing, like you're the Viper. Vipers don't make a noise. Like what?
yeah.
You're not a rattlesnake. You're not shh and then fucking RKO, motherfucker.
Why
No,
don't Why don't you have people start going over in like the Blue Thunder Bomb or something?
yeah, exactly. Well, you know what? Give him. He's a very good technical wrestler. Give him a submission. Like a
Yeah,
really dickish, like I don't know,
like a
the STF,
crossface.
like a crossface or the STFU or something like that. Something that would really annoy the crowd because the whole psychology of the match show is Slammy trying to slow down the pace the whole time, which is
Yeah,
great, and Trick just not allowing him to do that. Again, all the matches on this card were incredibly evenly matched, besides
yeah,
the Danhausen mismatch, but that's a completely different kind of match. So
yeah.
we'll
That
get
was
to
a
that.
completely different one, but
So
it was
again, Sammy was healing it up like a champion. Give him something new. When CM Punk was like fully in his heel heyday, he was using the Anaconda Vice more than the GTS. It was great. You
yeah.
know, it's like Rusev using the Acolyte. It's a dope finishing
Gunter's
move.
now started using the sleeper because he used to do the power bomb.
Yeah, exactly.
He used to
But
do like the double power bomb, and
yeah, the whole
now
idea
he's doing the
of
sleeper.
sleeper is like you put it into sleep, and like obviously the crowd wants a big explosive move. Like I'm a heel, I'm not here to entertain you.
I'm here
You
to
know,
just win.
that's it. So again, I just feel like maybe Sammy needs just something a little bit new, finisher wise as a heel.
Yeah,
But again, he's still not. He was healing it up a lot, and I guess but they're taking a very long time to fully commit to this heel turn.
yeah. I think the crowd's not, but
The
WWE are.
crowd want to boo the shit out of
Well,
him.
they were chanting. They were chanting, "Sammy sucks."
Yeah, exactly. So like,
Like they
okay,
were proper
cool.
like,
Now's
and
the
it wasn't
time.
like just Sammy sucks. It was the whole because they were obviously doing the Sammy.
Sammy
Now it's like
sucks. Yeah,
Sammy sucks. So
yeah.
you're like
I
they're
was like, yeah,
literally
they want to
feeling that
boo
he's
him.
bad guy. So that's
Yeah,
cool. Crowd knows. Just make him that person
yeah,
now.
do it now. Like that's time. Like this is one of those very obvious things. Like we're not asking you to push a guy that we like to the moon. No, this is listen to the crowd. We want to boo Sammy. Let us boo Sammy.
Yeah,
Fully commit him as a heel. Don't let him get beat up by a gingerbread man. It's dumb. But again, it was a
yeah,
good match. The right guy won. I liked it. I don't like. Hopefully, they don't have little Yachty involved in too much going forward. Again, like he's actually done incredibly well. I will give him that.
they're saying that he could be like a permanent manager to Trick now, but you don't need that. You don't need a
Uh,
celebrity consistently. I'm
nah,
glad he's not wrestling.
yeah,
Okay, I'll give it to you
yeah,
this. I'm glad he's not wrestling. But having him do all these shenanigans and get involved doesn't allow Trick to become a full face.
No, and Trick is so good on the mic, he doesn't need a manager.
No, he doesn't need someone coming out with him all the time.
No, it's a hindrance.
So I agree with
Unless
you.
unless you do it, and again, this is just not going to happen because it's WWE. Unless you write it incredibly like smart, in the sense that little Yachty starts to think that Trick winning is because of him and only because of him, and then Trick drops his ass like hard, Trick
Yeah,
shot
yeah,
to the face off of the stage or something, puts him through a table. But they
yeah.
won't do that because it's
No, no,
celebrity.
no.
So
Not
they won't do
not
that. But he doesn't need little Yachty. It was fun while it lasted, except it really wasn't. It was kind of meh, but whatever. I'm glad Trick won.
yeah, yeah.
Long story short, everybody, skip
We
to this
needed him.
time. I'll tell you the time code. The time code is 1 hour. Trick, well done. That's
Hold
it. Well done. Well
on.
done. And then we had oh man, I think my most disappointing match of the night. I have to be honest. That was the Danhausen and the Minihausen versus Kit Wilson and the Miz.
Okay, the more I watched it, the more I understood it.
I
The
understood
more
it.
I paid
I
attention
got
to
it.
it, the more I watched it, the more I understood it, the more I paid attention to it, the more I actually enjoyed it in a way.
I think the
Because
person who, sorry, yeah, carry on.
no, go.
I was gonna say, I think the person who came out there looking the best was Kit Wilson. Weirdly enough,
Yeah,
because he
probably
came
did.
out as the smartest. Where coming out with a mirror, I didn't understand why he just started doing it.
Yeah,
But the fact that he used it to reverse a curse was crazy good. I
it was
love that.
ingenious.
It was ingenious, and I had the exact same reaction as the rest of the crowd when he held up the mirror and he got cursed, and I was like, wait a second, I know what that means. It's flipped. It's flipped. The mini houses got cursed. That's wild. I think everyone also slowly realized at the same time exactly what it was. So I
We're
think
like, whoa.
yeah. So purely because of that, I was like, damn, Kip Wilson is actually smarter than everybody else in this entire ring right now for different reasons. So I thought that was good. I didn't like the reveal of the mini house, and I did say in our predictions it's probably going to be one of the little people. I
Yes.
did,
Now,
did
again, it makes a lot of sense the more you pick at it,
sure.
because first of all, we didn't pay much attention to where it was Danhausen making a cloning machine. I get the fact that clones don't always work, but bringing out someone like a Punk or a Cena or whatever to in the same garb to be that is not really like
It's
a
not a
working
clone.
clone.
Yeah.
With the machine breaking and then you have mini out, then you kind of go, okay, cool. It's a
Yeah.
miniature version. Like
Again, that was smart. I like that. Yeah.
it came like the more I paid because I was also like, oh my god, it's one of these little guys. So I read somewhere as well. It was El Torito.
Oh, is that why it's so good?
Yeah.
Because
So
goddamn,
that's why he was so good. It was El
Minihausen
Torito.
wrestled the shit out of that match. He was
Yeah,
really
and
good.
apparently it was El Torito. It was the first time he's back,
Oh
been in
shit!
the ring since for like 10 years or whatever.
Damn,
But so
damn.
I obviously I didn't realize till I read it and stuff. But I was like, he
I,
looks so damn good in the ring.
that's crazy. I would never in a million years.
Yeah, and that's why I was like, okay, it makes sense because he had the mask on and whatever, so you couldn't really see. And he always wore a mask anyway when he was El Torito anyway. But it made more sense in that for me, like, okay, it didn't work properly. It created a small version rather than having an actual wrestler come
Yeah,
out just as a garb.
sure.
I picked onto it more the more I realized that and the more I got used to it. So that's why I say I get what you mean by it was the weak. I understand why you
So
think it was the weakest
I,
match.
I can't clarify what I mean by that.
Yeah,
I only mean that because what you're saying is 100% true, and I felt the exact same. And like the segment where Kid chased up Minihausen into the clone machine and then
pushed it.
cloned
Yeah,
them all again,
yeah.
ingenious. What I mean by the weakest of the matches on the card was just because of what you and I were saying about how this had the potential to be one of the most comedic matches of all
Yes.
time,
Okay. Fair. And yeah.
and that's all I mean. Like I wanted a gigantic mousetrap. I
Right.
wanted
Yeah.
I wanted the Danhausen explosion to go off, not. And you had a moment of that, like when Miz got cursed again, and then the fire extinguisher didn't go off,
Yeah.
and then went off in his face. I wanted so much more of that, and that's why I said it was a little bit disappointing for me because I wanted only that. I only wanted shenanigans in this, and which is obviously like a very high bar to set for this sort of thing.
Yeah. It's a lot to work into a match like that where you
Yeah.
say.
So
So
again, purely
I
based
get.
on
Yeah, and
where
I
I
understand where you're coming
where
from.
I
I
was
do.
hoping it would go, I was let down. Again, not a bad match by any stretch of the imagination. It was
Oh yeah,
very
yeah.
entertaining.
It
And
was
it makes
very.
sense.
It was
Well, like I
actually very
said,
well thought out. Okay, I
yeah,
get why you say there should have been more comedic elements, and I understand why you say it was the weakest based on what it should have entailed because of the way that it was told.
yeah,
But at the same time, it worked
yeah. No,
weirdly,
again,
and
it
everything
did.
flowed into some. First, I just want to know where the coffin mobile went. The
Oh, it
Danhausen
did
mobile. Because
disappear,
it
actually.
just disappeared, right? It just disappeared. Fair enough. Someone obviously came out while the camera was on hard cam or whatever it was, and someone drove it away. But Danhausen's a man of mystery, so did he just make it disappear
Well, it is pretty impressive that the Danhausen mobile can disappear, but he can't do it as
properly?
good.
So, and again, like you say, when Kit Wilson pushed him into the machine and it cloned all the more
As
mini
soon as that
housings,
happened, I was like, oh, yeah, 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 they all come. Yeah,
and it
I know.
worked. And
Yeah,
again, it was
it was
just
hilarious. I
it was
laughed.
really well thought out.
But
And
again, and this comes back to the refereeing. There was a DQ in there because the mini
yeah,
Hausens are still. I don't care if they're a clone. It's not the same.
yeah,
And Kid Wilson got beat up on the outside. That's DQ.
yeah,
I
it's
need
interference.
consistent. it's
It's
interference.
interference.
I need some consistency with my refereeing here, man. You know,
But and
but it was
but
good.
it ended up actually being a, like you said, I get from the points of why you say it's the weakest, but it also again ended up
Again,
being a very good
I
match.
I wouldn't say it was the weakest. I said it's very disappointing for
Ah,
me.
okay, yes.
Yeah, not a weak match by any stretch. I think I
Yeah,
may
yeah.
have misspoken there.
No, no, I think what you, like,
Just
I understand,
disappointing.
like,
And again, my expectations were comedy through the roof, like yeah,
yeah.
which is just an unprecedented. Then that's on me. That's like us getting super duper hyped up for a Royal Rumble and then being
I think,
mad when we don't get, I
see what
don't
the
know,
thing is.
an AEW wrestler coming through the curtain. You know what I mean?
I think it was they did it in such a way where the comedy value was there and it kept us entertained, but they also those people who wanted to see a wrestling match got that as well.
Yeah,
I agree with you. I would have preferred a full-on ham comedy match.
yeah, because we were saying in our backlash predictions, like I was saying anyway, like I'm looking at a Sami Zayn, Johnny Knoxville level of
Yeah,
shenanigans. Then
just
just
ridiculous.
just ridiculousness.
But
Not
and I
Rob
get that
Dyrdek.
where some of us would see it and go, okay, like, you know, who understand, well, I wouldn't say understand, but some of us would see it and go, okay, we understand, like, if there was a lot more comedy to it, it
Yeah,
works irrespective. But I think for those who wanted to see wrestling, it gave them a bit of both sides. Like,
yeah, for sure.
some people probably would have been going, why, this is so ridiculous, why are they doing it? I'd rather see the wrestling part. Whereas we're going, no, give us the comedy.
Yeah,
The
absolutely.
point of it is the comedy. It's
And
not
in
meant to be
fact,
a wrestling
yeah,
match.
if you did that, and yeah, this is going to go back to our earlier little segment where we're talking about the promos. You could have one of those like super high end. I'm talking John Cena, Bray Wyatt. They were promos, and then have the dumbest comedy match of all time. You can juxtapose that crazily. Like this
Yeah.
is a dark thing. It's like nope, that is super hilarious. Like that'll draw so many more eyes. I mean, everyone loves the amount of face paints I saw in the crowd
Oh yeah.
of Danhausen was crazy. The dude is so over. It's wild. And he has done what most people thought was impossible. And he made the Miz popular again. People want to see the Miz
People want
get
to see what
absolute
happens with the Miz.
yeah. And I mean, when was the last time you said, I can't wait to see what happens with the Miz on this SmackDown?
No, a long time ago.
Yes. Yes. So I mean, again, I honestly I think just because my expectations were pure unadulterated comedy, I was a little bit disappointed in the outcome. But again, match wise, it was super entertaining.
Yeah.
No qualms. I do have one qualm on the backlash now that we're done with the matches though.
What?
What the fuck is the John Cena Classic?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Settle. So I saw a few things online of different people interpreting it, right? So the guys on Wrestle Talk, Ollie, and I forget the other dude's name.
Yeah.
Apologies. Not that you'll watch this, but you will eventually.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Go back and watch
So
this one.
the way
Specifically
the
this one.
specifically this one,
So we know he forgot your
yeah,
name.
exactly. So the one dude said the way he interpreted it was all the matches happen on one singular night, and you have NXT versus WWE,
Mm.
and regardless of who wins the tournament, you can vote for your favorite, and that person wins.
Yeah.
Whereas the other guy, I think it was Ollie, said the way he saw it was it's a tournament bracket style, and you verse somebody. So it's like, Gozzy versus Rone. Gozzy beat me, but everyone votes for me, and I go through. And I think, for me, what makes the most sense is they should scrap this whole thing completely because both of those are fucking stupid.
Yeah. My thing of it is, okay, if it's a tournament and it's done once, right? Like,
Yeah, he wants to do it
why
once a
are you
year.
not
Well,
following? Why are you just not going to then? Why is this just not like the May Young Classic, right? And I mean it in the sense
well,
of
when he
it's
said
bracket
that,
style. It's one show.
yeah,
Winners advance. That's it. You're a loser, but people vote for you and you go through. No, that's just playing into favoritism because
yeah.
you then have Danhausen lose to Kit Wilson. Kit Wilson should go through because he's the winner, but people are going to vote for Danhausen because he's more popular.
Well, I mean, just based on what John Cena was saying with Obafemi, if Obafemi's in this tournament, just give him the crown.
Yeah, just let him. Just give him that
Like, what are we
literal
doing?
thing.
It doesn't. This is why it doesn't make sense. This is my big qualm of the show. Like this huge announcement. When I heard John Cena Classic, I was like, "Oh, dope! We're gonna get like a King of the Ring style tournament,
Yeah,
and whoever wins gets a." And as he was saying, I'm like, if there's a new belt,
hustle,
it has
loyalty, respect,
with
fight.
on a spinner. Dope! I was hyped for that, and
It's
then
a
he
new
explained
belt,
it.
but
Yeah,
it's going to be exactly like the. It's going to be exactly like.
Greatest Royal Rumble one, or the Andre the Giant Battle Royale thing. It's gonna be
Yeah,
that thing,
it's
but
going to
it's
be
still cool.
it's going to be about how do you then no it's you know what it is, it's going to be like Clash of Champions where you're going
Yeah.
to have the winner of the men's world champion and the men's heavyweight champion fight each other, and then the winner, and they get this belt, but it's a belt that they can't use.
Yeah,
It's just there.
it's meaningless.
It should just be a trophy. What's the point?
Yeah, and make it
Because
a trophy. I don't
if
understand why you
this
can't
is
make it
going
a
to be a
trophy either.
belt, what then it should be a belt that can be defended.
Yeah, yeah, like I don't
You have
know,
a men's category and a women's category, and the
like
people who are willing to step up and fight for the belt should be whoever has it should step up and fight no matter who challenges them,
yeah,
and
like
that's it. It goes
honestly,
to the person who is there. I mean, the guy was the one who started the US Open Challenge,
yeah,
right? The belt should be stop this whole US Open Oberfemi Challenge, US Open Challenge. The person who holds the John Cena title
yeah, has to have a match
is the
every
Open
week.
Challenge champion.
That's it. Call it that. Call it the Open Challenge Championship. That'd be sick.
Why? Because then you can let Smack. You can have this the US
Yeah,
title have its own run, the Intercontinental title have its own run, and then there's a specific title where someone's got to defend that shit week in and week out.
which allows you to bring in NXT stars to challenge for it as well.
Exactly.
That
Why
makes
not?
sense. That makes all the sense in the world. But no, it's going to be a fan voted favoritism thing. How does that work? I don't. I just. And then it's not like it was clarified on Raw, like at all.
No, it was just with John Cena made an announcement.
Yeah, and it's John Cena. Okay, cool. Can we at least see the belt
Why
again?
not have?
If it's not a spinner belt, I'm gonna be so pissed.
Yeah, but okay, so why not this, right? If it's the Open Challenge Championship, right? Why not have whoever wins this tournament, like you say, have a bracket style, just have winners go through. Whoever wins, right? The crowd gets to vote like a couple of days after they know who the winner is.
Yeah,
There's a selection of people, they get to pick who they want to see next. And then the next week on the specific show, that person will face the winner of the votes.
yeah, like Taboo Tuesday.
Yeah, like that. We're not just doing it on the day, but we're giving them a few days,
Yeah,
4 or 5 days, and then they can prepare for it. And we
yeah,
know, okay, cool. That
yeah.
was the winner of the poll. That's who we're getting on tonight's
See,
match.
that makes more sense. That makes all the sense in the world.
But no, we have to overcomplicate it because a loser's a winner and a winner's a loser,
Yeah,
and then
exactly. I mean, you'll have
anyone can
yeah,
be voted in, but you can be from NXT. Does this include AAA
I assume so. Because AAA are very ingrained in WWE right now.
as was
So,
proved on
but
Raw?
again, this is you'll have a guy like Finn Balor in there, and like he's not anybody's favorite right now.
No, but
He'll you know who they like more than Finn Balor? Tozawa. He could beat Tozawa up in 3 seconds, and Tozawa will go through.
you could have the thing is you could have Finn Balor versus Penta. Finn
Yeah,
Balor wins, but I bet you Penta would go through.
of course he is more popular right now, 100%. And that's if it's a fan vote, then that's really done. I mean, I'm cool with the fan vote then, but what you said makes more sense, right? Have a proper tournament, the John Cena Open Challenge tournament, right? Or the John Cena Classic. Sorry, that's what it's called, right? The John Cena Classic. the winner gets this cool new hustle, loyalty, and respect spinner belt, and then every week you vote, and by the end of the night on like the Sunday night or like at the start of Raw, be like, these are the results, and the John Cena Classic champion Obafemi will face I don't know, all ego
Kit
Ethan
Wilson.
Page, Kit
Yeah.
Wilson, because
Whatever.
he won
Whoever.
because he's popular this week.
Yeah.
Cool, I like that a lot. Because that opens up everything. I'm sure WWE will rig it, but you know what I mean.
No, of course. It's never going to be just
So,
set to whatever the fans want.
like again, when he said like this is a game changing announcement that John Cena's gonna have, I rolled my eyes. When he started his speech, I was like, oh shit, this is pretty cool. We're gonna get a proper John Cena style tournament. Sick. And then again, like I said, overcomplicated. Makes zero sense to me. I don't know. I didn't
Stupid.
get it. Dumb. Dumb. That was a very weak point of Backlash, but overall, Backlash fucking ruled.
Yeah, it was a good show. It was a
I
really
liked
good
it.
show.
I liked it. Um
I
okay.
mean,
Well then get into the rest of Raw. Let me just see. All the notes are all very sporadic.
my first gripe after what we've discussed, right? What the was up with the mic reverberation in the backstage segments?
Oh, you heard it too. I thought it was just my stream
No,
on Netflix.
no. What the hell was up with the
I heard it
mic
all the time.
reverberations and the backstage interactions? What the hell was going? Who the sound guy? Clearly, why did he not be like, oh,
Sound guy's gonna
someone?
get in real trouble.
Oh, that was. I was like, okay, one, it sounded horrible, and two, you could barely hear what they were saying.
Yeah, it's the mixing was so bad.
It was
So
awful.
bad. I thought that was always just reserved for like the Judgment Day segments, but the whole night was really, really, really rough.
Yeah, it was really bad. And obviously, you know, the start of that was the whole thing where they gave the AAA match El Grande versus Dom, which
Yeah.
wasn't a bad match, but again, it was just a way to get the mask versus mask match more publicity, in my opinion.
Yeah, which is
He was never beating Dom. He was
no,
never beating Dom.
never, ever. And also how they got there was a bit strange with
It's
Dom saying
mangled.
and like Adam Pearce being like, oh well, you have to defend. He's like, no, he's asking specifically for a WWE title shot. So I know Adam Pearce doesn't like the Judgment Day, especially Dom, but it didn't really make a lot of sense. So
No, and you know, it was just it just felt like a way for me to just keep the mask versus mask match relevant to American viewership.
which I don't even think you have to do. I think everyone has been sold on this since Mania last year.
Yeah. So
We've
it's
all
not
wanted
necessary.
this Mask versus Mask match since the new El Grande came out. It's crazy, like because we wanted, well, you know, the whole Chad Gable like Mask versus Korea, I think with Rey Mysterio or Dom. I can't remember which one it was, but
Yeah.
that was not this past Mania, last Mania, right? Because they gave Chad Gable nothing. He can't beat luchadors, and like, okay, Mask versus Mask, like whatever,
Yeah.
you know. So you don't need to keep it relevant. People are gonna
No.
watch it specifically for this. The problem
I
is
didn't need it.
no one's gonna watch the American audience of these isn't gonna watch the whole AAA
Mania, whatever it is.
pay-per-view. That's
No.
the problem.
It's just literally people are gonna tune in to watch the mask versus mask match.
Again, the American audience for sure. But
And it's not again, like I say, the Mexican audience or the Latin American audience, Hispanic audience, they are well into this, and
yeah, super
good for them because it's very much more relative to what it is. But at the same time, you've barely given us a show for it.
Yeah,
we've been interested in it, but now that it's getting closer, all of a sudden you want to jam it down my throat. No, thank you.
Also in the worst way possible because they're not giving us story beats or telling us why or anything like that. It's the same thing every week. You have El Grande come out with Julio and Bruto, and then the
Un poquito. that was so okay. That was one little funny bit.
That was pretty funny.
You speak some English? Un poquito.
Un poquito.
Okay, cool. So you do.
Also, also, them just absolutely corpsing. They can't hold it together. They have no poker faces whatsoever. They were absolutely corpsing themselves. But you have that. You have the three of them, and then they have a match with somebody, and then new El Grande's crew comes in. They fight. It's beef. Cool. Mask versus Mask. Don't forget. Yeah. So you're not giving me any other reason than the fact that it's Mask versus Mask. Tell us why.
Yeah.
Give us
a reason.
But this better have like a promo package like through the roof. I want to hear like the history of El Grande
I want a
Original and stuff.
10-minute video package before
Yeah,
this match.
I want the history of his career
The
from the
whole thing.
the 40s all the way up till now, and why it's a mask versus master. You
I
need
mean, the
that.
one thing I did like before the match was obviously Finn taking out JD. But again, I don't need the relevancy of this anymore. He's done with the Judgment Day.
Yeah,
I
it's
get. I
done.
like the fact it's like, oh, by the way, you have to go take care of this yourself. You knew he was never going to take care of him by himself because you always knew El Grande Americano, not the original, but the the new El Grande was going to come out and shit was going to ensue, and then you would
Always.
have everyone else, and it was again. I knew it was just for the relevancy of the mask versus mask match going on
Yeah,
to
it
keep it
was.
relevant to that American type audience.
Yeah, so I
So,
mean,
but
I'm just
I
not
don't
a
need it.
fan.
Don't need it.
Nah. Yeah, that was lame. It was just
It
lame.
was
I think that's the best way to describe it, really. Um,
flip it to a
then
title that I flip it to a title that he didn't have. The Penta, you know, Ethan Page. Again, I'm loving Ethan Page, man.
yeah, listen, all
I'm
the way
digging it.
that whole
I'm
the
digging it.
whole set. I'm usually not a big fan of the so, like obviously Pence in the
How
ring, then
they
you have Eager
stuff
coming,
up.
and then another, and then but because they've done that to death for years and years and years.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
But these stories are so intertwined, and we spoke about it quite a bit on our backlash predictions and stuff on that episode, all the previous Raw. The four of them just work incredibly well together. I
Yes,
love everything that
absolutely.
Ethan Page is doing. The match between Javon and Rusev was really good.
Yeah,
Again, just like
they're
the
just
whole
again the whole ground and pound and the high flyer
yeah,
working together
always
makes
great
sense.
fun.
You don't have one person clashing with another.
Nah, it was awesome. It
Different
was
spots
great.
work. I, the mic skills of Ethan Page are fantastic.
Yeah,
I
he
have
really. I mean,
to
he
say,
just holds it. He just like takes out
you
everybody
know,
else. It's
Ruth
absolutely
says, "Oh,
fantastic.
anyone gets a chance." Oh no, I was saying that. I was just saying that to Adam Pierce
Yeah.
in the back.
So and
Yeah.
then and you know who
Javon was
said who
saying,
can
"Oh,
beat you? Javon could beat you. Then
he
Javon
said he
coming
could
out
beat
saying,
you any day of the
first of
week."
all, no, I never said that. I
No,
could.
no, no.
I did like that from Javon. It's like I could, but I didn't say that. So that
It's
was
just
great.
that
Which
whole like laying in the shit of yeah, no, I'm no, don't
yeah,
worry, I'm here for you. I'm promoting you. I
yeah,
want you to be
yeah.
there, but
Oh no,
I
I
want my
loved it.
time. And
I loved it.
he's such a like a snake, but
Yeah,
like
it's a
such
slime ball.
entertaining. He's
Yeah,
so entertaining.
that was great. I
In
loved
that
it. I
sense. And
loved it.
again, it's
So
just he's fed. I'm looking forward to that match at Saturday night's main event. I
it's
think
gonna be good.
with
It's gonna be
Penta.
very, very good.
I wouldn't be surprised if he beats Penta. I don't think they will let Penta lose,
They
but
might have.
I wouldn't be surprised if they literally put it on him and just, strap that rocket for him.
See, I want that to happen so much. I really, really do. But
No, I
I
don't
do
mind
see it
it.
becoming a sort of a fatal four-way thing in Clash at Italy.
Again, yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
but
yeah.
if not, I mean, strap the title to All Ego. He's absolutely killing it right now. He's been really, really good.
Don't get me wrong, love Javon Evans, but
Yeah,
I think he looks better when he's chasing something.
for sure. And
He
like
and
I don't think he needs a title right now. He's
no,
popular enough. Let him just have really, really good fun matches.
let Ethan Page do exactly what he did with the North American
Yeah.
Championship when he gets the Intercontinental one. It's like, no, 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 this isn't the Intercontinental. This is the Canadian
Yeah, and
Continental
he was leaning
Championship.
into that hard with his promo, which was
And
great.
let him change the belt again. Let him change it
That'd
from
be
white to the
see,
Canadian flag. And
that would be
people will
awesome.
literally then be like, oh my God, this
Yeah,
guy's such a
boo this
dick.
asshole. Yeah, absolutely. No, I'm down with that.
And it would
Super down with
like
that.
let him do that. Let him change it again. Let him bring that shtick up from NXT into the main roster.
Yeah,
A lot of
if
people probably because they're not watching NXT haven't seen that.
exactly, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's really,
Exactly.
really good. It's good. Have and then bring Chelsea back in. That'd be awesome. Have them have that whole thing
Yeah.
because they're both Canadian as well. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. So I
Have
again
then
thoroughly enjoyed that.
he can face Matt Cardona and beat his ass as well.
You just want everyone to beat Matt Cardona's ass.
Matt Cardona, no, I don't want everyone to beat Matt Cardona. Matt Cardona allows it to happen. I thought he was king of the Indies. Go back. This guy.
But the whole I enjoyed that whole segment. The match again
That was
also
great.
great.
Yeah.
But I love the little again where the Javon and
Oh, that was
Penta were
cool.
doing the little
So
Penta
again,
were
I could see Ethan actually winning the title and then having to deal with Rusev more than anything else because of like how he's been leaning into
yeah,
we're
yeah.
buddy, and then have Penta and Javon as a tag team, which again you have Ray Phoenix, he's right fucking there. But listen,
In,
Penta and Javon would be a sick tag team.
yeah,
You know,
it would be great. But
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, that'd be sick. But again, that big highlight for Raw for me was that whole segment and the match after between Siobhan and Rusev. That's a huge win right there.
yeah,
Um,
tell you what,
obviously, we touched on it earlier, which is Asuka having a second goodbye with Io, but then,
yeah,
which is fine. Obviously, we spoke about that. It did lead into Io beating Sol Ruka in a match.
I yeah, I kind of feel like it, and I mean this with no disrespect, because of the slip.
Hey,
I
did
think
I
that was
not tell you that would happen?
I
Yeah.
think that's a repercussion for what happened, but it's
100%.
not her fault
No, no.
at all.
We
But
said
I
this
think
last
it's like,
time. Not
okay,
her fault at all.
we can't, make it look like that was they cancelled it, they changed it out in the edit, but they can't have it look like that's a thing that people didn't notice. So I think she may, and it's the whole thing with Triple H when they did the click thing, and
Yep.
he was like, "Yeah, you're gonna have to eat some shit and like it until you get back on." They've just brought her up, but it might be that for a few weeks she might take a couple of L's.
I think that's exactly what's happening.
But losing to EO is not the same as losing to
Maxine.
Maxine. And it's no disrespect to Maxine, but
Yeah,
it's just
sorry, we
because of,
use Maxine a lot in these examples, but we do really like her, and we do think
yeah,
she's a good wrestler.
but it's not the same because
Just in terms of the hierarchy,
it's not, yeah, it's that. But it was a good match. There was a lot of like
yeah,
flips, and
the
again,
chemistry wasn't exactly there, to be
no, it
honest.
wasn't. It was a good match. It wasn't like I wasn't like wowed by it,
Yeah, I wasn't blown away.
but it was a good enough match to still make Soul look good, but
Yeah.
obviously make her eat her shit pie.
And again, just bringing up like because I said I hope the slip doesn't come back to bite her. I literally said that. I think it did because how did she lose? She missed another soul snatcher, not by slipping.
No,
That not
but
this
because Io was like,
this
oh,
is because Io's a more experienced wrestler, so they did it very well.
yes,
But I think you're right. I think this is where Soul Ruka takes quite a few L's to before she's back there. But again, I'm not sure if they would do that because I'm not sure what they're going to do with Io. If they're going to push her ahead of Soul to face Becky now and have a feud there for the Intercontinental, I don't think that makes a lot of sense.
yeah,
After Io's whole Rio thing, and her circling with Rhea around the women's world championship,
yeah,
Liv not having an actual opponent for or feud right now. I can see them pushing Io into that sort of realm, which would actually make it quite interesting because now Io has no friends. She doesn't have Oscar. She has no Kyrie. She has no
gonorrhea.
Rhea. Did you say gonorrhea?
I see. She got no Rhea.
I thought she said gonorrhea, which would be
She
hilarious.
got no Rhea,
You should have leaned into it. I would be like,
which
hell
makes
yes,
her
I
a
got
little
it.
bit W because she got no teeth.
She got no teeth. um, so you could have her go up against Liv and then maybe even beat her for it while taking out the Judgment Day. The
Yeah.
little infight in there. Maybe Finn comes out. I don't know. You can do a lot there, and then have Sol Ruka still face Becky, but now maybe Sol Ruka's been humbled a little bit.
Well, I mean, she did have that little. Becky obviously made her. She was talking shit about Soul, and it was like, oh yeah, I can see that. Whatever. Like you had that little interaction in the back.
Yeah,
So I
yeah. So
mean,
again, they could go a few ways again. Like it was just speaking of like Sol and Ia, it was a good match, decent match. Didn't light the world on fire, but yeah,
it was enough.
it was
It
enough.
was enough.
It was nice to have. Obviously, like now she's obviously picking up wins. She's got two big ones again. I
Yeah.
would consider beating Sol Ruka a big win. She's the hot new star on Raw.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it gives Sol a little bit more depth now. Like, oh, what does she do? She just lost to Io. How does she take that? Is she still gonna go after Becky? So yeah, there's quite a bit there. Um,
Sticking with that, obviously you just got Paige and Bree and the Judgment Day,
oof,
whatever that happened.
that was a weird one. That was a
That
very
was.
weird
I
one.
get it. They obviously wanted to come back, or they wanted to come and uh, address the issue of being called a farewell tour or whatever it was called.
Yeah, the has been told,
The has
sure.
been tour. That's what it
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
Yeah, by the Judgment Day. But
Oh,
I don't know. It's just again, numbers games are different. Is this a way that, and I don't really want it to be, but since Liv got involved and made it a numbers game. Are we
Yeah,
getting ready for the return of Nikki Bella? And you're going to have a
I
three
would
on
guess so,
three
right? Where else do you
match?
go with it?
So, because like you say, Liv's got no one. She's not involved in a storyline. She's not involved in a feud.
Like,
Steph's not back.
I mean, I would love to see something like if Nikki does come back, right? Then have Paige give her tag title because she did fill in for Nikki.
Yeah.
So you can easily make that sort of argument, be like, well, yeah, okay, I won it on behalf of you, so it is technically yours, and then you free up Paige
To go
to
after
go
Liv.
after the title, to go after Liv in the title. You know, it's again, this is the classics. Like, you know, this is the hot WWE champion.
Yeah.
You know, she's been around for a long time. Paige, you got. I mean, obviously brought up Paige as how do we? It's a nice way of saying her more risque
Previous,
past.
yeah, previous indiscretions.
Her previous indiscretions, which I'm like, well, you know, if you've seen those,
Yeah,
yeah, it's what it is.
it
Listen,
is.
she's an adult; she can do what she likes, more than anything else.
That was her
Um,
back. That was her thing. She was like,
yeah,
I can do it at once.
exactly. You know, so they would do that. But again, like, you know, they lean into the whole, oh, you're old, you're has been. Okay, cool. Let's see. I would love to see a Paige live the Morgan feud. That'd be dope as hell. That'd be absolutely sick.
I still think they're also trying to, and in a weird way, wean Paige back in.
Yeah.
It's not like she didn't wrestle at AEW.
No, she wrestled quite a bit, but she did get injured again. So
Yeah,
obviously
so
they'll take
it feels
it
like
nice
maybe it's more
and
like, okay, these are
easy.
precautionary things. We're not making her fight every week, but we're also not making her, we're not putting her through the ringer because she's just getting attacked. So it's almost like they can use that as an excuse to sort of keep her out slightly.
Yeah, exactly.
Risk the minimal amount of her getting injured again.
But they do need to be careful of that sort of thing because let's be real. They need to defend those titles soon.
Yeah,
very, very soon, I would say.
yeah.
Because as of right now, they haven't.
One.
They have, yeah, against the Irresistible Forces.
One, yeah.
So, yeah, and again, I mean, like, obviously they had the beatdown, Raquel and Roxy, and because of Liv, they got the jump on them.
It was what it was. It just felt like a.
Yeah, I feel like there's just more between like Finn and Roxy at this stage than her and the rest of the Judgment Day. But again, they need to make this happen sooner rather than later if they're gonna do anything with it, you know?
Yeah, and all it seems is like Paige and Bree just keep getting the shit kicked out of them.
Yeah, they're making them look like very sort of not weak champions because they're not defending the title very often. But well, yeah, it's like both of you should know you're gonna get jumped by the Judgment Day, right?
You know you're gonna get jumped by everyone.
By everybody. Yeah, you're the champs. That's how it works.
But it's not just that you're champs. You're legends, technically.
Well, exactly. That's
what
People I mean.
Don't want you here. The young bloods don't want you here.
No, and I mean they said it in their own promo. We've been around the block. Okay, but then why don't you know you're gonna get jumped?
Just use your smarts.
Yeah, exactly. Like consistency from referees, and can we not make every babyface champion a retard? You know what I mean?
Oh man.
Sorry, I'm not like we don't put this on the kids' YouTube. They won't hear that. Also, we're millennials. It's one of our words.
Deal with it.
Yeah, let us have that back, man.
We'll have it.
And yeah, I think and then the final thing, just to touch on it, at least from my notes, is again, everyone's too shit scared to face over Femi, so he fetched a couple oaks.
I was hoping like a sweat. Yeah, I know, but that's the thing. It's like were Angel and Berto there literally just to get. I thought, okay, when you saw them earlier, I was like, okay, cool.
I was just gonna say,
they're gonna come over and they're gonna make the tag championship, like they're gonna elevate the tag championship.
Yeah, because Adam Pearce literally said to them,
nothing's happening on SmackDown.
No, Adam Pearce literally was like, "Oh, you two, I need to talk to you two." What was he saying? Like, you guys are gonna
they can get their asses whipped by Oba. No one wants fighting. I was hoping, like, not hoping, but I was thinking like, oh, okay, no one wants to answer the call. Are we eventually gonna get maybe? Just because it's an open challenge, a square up of like Oba versus Keys.
See, that'd be dope. That'd be awesome.
That's like the only other. That's one guy who probably could go toe to toe with him.
So I think actually, no, Brad. I think you and I just figured out the winner of the John Cena Classic, and I think your call of having someone get voted in every week to face the John Cena Classic winner makes a lot more sense because then you will have the most popular guy on the roster, Oba Femi, winning.
Yeah.
Because he also, if this is like a tournament bracket style thing, Oba's winning this.
Oh
Like,
yeah, yeah.
no
You
one's gonna
can't
beat
you
you.
can't not have him win unless it's something like completely devious.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
someone pins him under a truck, devious type thing. You know what I
Something
mean?
like that. Yeah, or
Locks him in a car or whatever.
chloroforms him, something
That
crazy.
deviousness because
Like
he's
I'm
not
talking like
losing.
old WCW stuff where they tase it.
Yes,
Something stupid like that. So
ridiculous.
he's gonna win this tournament, right? The crowd told you on at Backlash. The crowd said we want Oba to win it already.
Yes,
Then you have people vote in, and then you could have those dream matches. Well, I say dream matches. I think fuck yeah, it's a dream match. Powerhouse Hobbs, not Powerhouse Hobbs,
not Powerhouse
versus
Hobbs versus Obafemi.
Obafemi. Dope. Take
Two
my
big
money,
guys.
please.
Two big guys.
Yeah, just meet. That's all you need.
So
So yeah, but again, RIP, I lost Gazas. It was funny that he dragged them both out of there. I mean, but
I was
in
hilarious.
terms of stock, my soul, I don't think your stock could get any lower than that.
And again,
At least with
these guys are just
Tozawa,
getting
he came up and he squared up to Oba and thought better of it. So, smart baby face.
yeah,
He was
yeah.
a very smart baby face,
Hey, I'm coming. No,
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 actually, this was a
yeah.
terrible idea. I regret the decision immediately.
Wrong
Wrong.
choice.
Yeah.
Sorry.
My bad. It happens.
All good. All
Felt
good.
myself in the back. I was lifting my, twice my body weight, which is not a lot, but it was there. And then yeah, you literally just like, nope, you two, both of them, same time, just drags them both out like children, beats the shit out of them. It was really
Oh
funny,
man.
actually.
It was so I was like, oh my god. I thought the same as you. I was like, oh my god, you cannot get any more lower on the chain.
No, you really can't. Like, I mean, you just got dog walked by one dude. I
It was
mean,
hilarious, but
it was
Jesus, I was like,
hilarious. Yeah, so
oh,
I guess maybe that's it.
I
But
felt
wow,
so
I
sorry
felt
for
bad.
them.
I felt
I
terrible for
really
them.
felt so sorry for them.
Again, especially considering like not, I don't know, half an hour before that, Adam Pearce specifically spoke to him. It's like, oh, you two, I've got something for you. I was like, oh, cool. They're actually going to be a tag team on TV. Dope. No, 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 no.
It was so
And I will say it, Oba didn't just drag them out. He dragged them out in front of the hose. My God, they were macking on those chicks. No,
nope,
no,
sorry.
sorry, dog. Like that's just not gonna happen anymore.
I love when he threw Angel, he threw him over Bert.
Yeah,
Berto was like, oh no.
yeah, Berto ducked. It was great. Again, smart, smart heel work. He
Out
was
the
like,
way.
I'm not catching him. Even Michael Cole was like, I thought Humberto was gonna catch him. Cole was like, why would he do that?
Oh
So
man.
I'll even give that to commentary. They also like played up the comedy bits of it. It was great.
Oh,
So again, Obafemi looked like a trillion bucks here. He
God, he
really
looked
did.
great.
I did see like there were a few comments from good old Braun Strowman online. So people are saying, "Oh, they're working you. This is good." I don't think Braun Strowman's coming back, but that would be a match I'd like to see.
Mm.
Maybe not now. I'm not sure how
Well,
like a
because he's
Braun.
working in AAA, big Omos,
Oh,
Nigerian
Omos,
giant.
of course, yeah, that'd be fun to see.
I mean, two African boys,
Big African boys.
so something there.
Yeah,
But
there's something there.
I mean,
Absolutely.
then we just sort of flitted out in the last second, but it's fine.
Yeah, yeah, it's fine. We
But,
do that.
but again, Raw wasn't dreadful, wasn't like again fantastic,
Nah,
but
just it was what it was, really.
yeah, entertaining for what it was.
It's 10 for what it was. Absolutely. And yeah, but that was Backlash and Raw. That was Backlash and Raw. Loved Backlash. Actually, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
Top to bottom was really good. Besides John Cena's weird announcement.
announcement.
Um,
Yeah.
but overall, it was good. Again, Raw wasn't too bad. Nothing, but nothing egregious happened.
No,
Nothing super important happened. That's all leading
no,
up to Saturday night's main event, and then obviously inevitably Clash in Italy.
I don't see why you need to have Saturday night's main event the week before Clash in Italy. That's my only thing.
Nah, it doesn't make any sense to me to do that.
It's
Again,
the only reason you're doing it is
so
because there are people that aren't going to be Clash in Italy that you want to be
yeah,
publicized.
yeah, exactly. Sure. Which is fine, but again, like I don't know, I would have it like maybe this coming Saturday rather, so it's like a little bit
Spaced
removed
out.
from the spaced out. That's the word. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But it's
But
just it's a bit awkward in like a 3-week period that you're gonna have. Yeah, Backlash, and then
Backlash,
you got to figure out the Saturday night's main event, and then the Clash in Italy.
yeah,
So
just just have one. You know,
yeah,
one's fine.
it's
Like
fun.
even if you do like, because we know Saturday night's main event is just like a glorified SmackDown or a glorified Raw. Let's be real.
Yeah,
but you can still make it a thing. Like have it the week after Clash in Italy, you know, for like in America, because
Yeah,
then you have all the people who weren't in Italy at the time to see that sort of thing, you know,
yeah,
and make that like your Fallout show, kind of. I would do that.
yeah. It could do that. It would work better probably.
Yeah, I think having it before is a little strange. I think
Yeah,
that's what's throwing me off the
it's
most.
just too much.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
But
But
anyway,
yeah, that was Backlash and Raw.
it was good.
Um, yeah, let us know what you think.
Let us know what
We liked
your
it.
opinion was, what you guys thought, and obviously hit that like, hit that subscribe, keep following,
Smash those things.
tell your friends, and send us a comment, send us some notes, whatever.
Yeah, we'll be back on Thursday with our AEW Dynamite and our Fairway to Hell recap,
Yep.
um, which was just also a collision on Sunday, but they didn't call it that. Fairway to Hell, um, which was its own thing. Let's be real. But still, we'll get there. We'll get there when we get there, and that's on Thursday. Gozzy, I will see you then, brother.
All right. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it as always.
As always. See you Thursday, everybody.
Then.
BTF and Dubs, logo build.